Listen, I don't care who you are, how strong you think you are, or what kind of motivation you think you had before this moment, because right now, you're standing at a crossroads, a dangerous one. One side, quitting. Giving into that voice that's been getting louder every damn day. The voice that says, why keep going? What's the point? You're tired. You're done. You've put in enough. You deserve a break. That voice is not your friend. That voice is the enemy inside your own head, and it is very good at pretending it cares about you. But let me tell you something brutal. When you feel like quitting, it's not because you're weak. It's because you're close. Closer than you've ever been. That's why it hurts. That's why it feels heavy. That's why the pressure is suffocating. You're not hitting a wall. You're hitting the threshold. And your mind is trying to pull you back to safety because it's terrified of who you'll become if you push through. You think champions don't feel like quitting. You think warriors wake up every day filled with pure fire and joy. You think discipline replaces doubt. No, not even close. Everyone feels like quitting. But the difference between the weak and the unstoppable is simple. The weak listen to the feeling, the unstoppable act anyway. That's the line. That's the separation. You're sore. Good. You're exhausted. Good. You're questioning whether you can keep going. Gold. Because that means you're in the fight. It means you're carrying weight. It means you're not coasting through life like the rest of the world. The question isn't, do you feel like quitting? The real question is, what are you going to do about it? This, right here, right now, is where the entire trajectory of your life can shift. If you show up, if you push, if you decide that quitting is not an option. Start now. No excuses. Listen, there's a point in every mission, every workout, every journey, where the thought hits you like a hammer. I can't do this. I'm done. Why am I even trying? And that's the moment most people break, not because they're weak, but because they never learn to fight the invisible war happening inside their own head. You know that feeling? That wave of exhaustion. That internal voice begging you to stop. And the worst part, it sounds reasonable. It sounds rational. It sounds like the truth. But it's not the truth. It's the trap. It's the enemy. And you don't negotiate with the enemy. You neutralize it. When your legs burn, when your lungs feel like they're tearing apart, when your mind is screaming for comfort, that's the threshold. That's the exact line that separates the person you've been from the person you're trying to become. Most people step up to that line and turn back. You step up to that line and go past it. Not because it's easy, not because you're special, but because you made a decision you refused to quit. And let me challenge you right now. Be honest with yourself. When you feel like quitting, when you start slowing down, is it because you're truly at your limit? Or because you got uncomfortable? There's a huge difference. Most people stop because they hit discomfort, not because they hit capacity. And if you can tell the difference, if you can call yourself out when you're lying to yourself, you become dangerous, disciplined, unstoppable. So here's what you do the next time that voice whispers, quit. You answer it with, good. Keep going. You take that fear, that doubt, that fatigue, and you push 1 rep deeper, 1 minute longer, 1 mile further, not for the views, not for the likes, not for validation, but because every second you push when you want to quit is a second your future self is being built. Remember, this pain is temporary. Quitting is permanent. And if you give up now, you don't just lose the battle in front of you. You lose the version of you that you were fighting to create. So don't tap out. Don't cave. Don't fold. Stand your ground. Take the hit and push harder. This is where warriors are forged. This is where discipline becomes your weapon. This is where you prove to yourself that quitting is not in your blood. Start now. Keep pushing. No excuses. Let's stop dancing around it. Let's stop pretending. Let's put the cards on the table. You say you're tired. You say you're stressed. You say you've got too much going on, too many problems, too many responsibilities. Fine. But here's the part you don't want to admit. Those aren't reasons. They're excuses. And excuses are the most dangerous currency on the planet. Because they're free, they're easy, and you can spend them forever until you have nothing left. You know what excuses really are? They're comfort dressed up as logic. They're weakness disguised as being realistic. They're fear pretending to be intelligence. You think discipline feels good. You think success feels comfortable. You think progress comes wrapped in convenience. Get real? Progress is dirt. It's sweat. It's grind. It's mornings where your body hates you and nights where your brain tries to negotiate with you. Excuses are the escape hatch. And every time you pull that handle, you prove to yourself that you'll abandon the mission the moment discomfort shows up. You say, I don't have time. Really? Show me your screen time. You say, I'll start tomorrow. No, you won't. You're just delaying the guilt. You say, I'm not motivated today. Motivation is unreliable. It disappears the second life punches you in the mouth. Discipline doesn't. Discipline stays. Discipline doesn't care how you feel. Discipline doesn't need permission. Discipline doesn't ask for comfort. You don't need motivation. You need orders, and you give them to yourself. When you wake up and want to scroll instead of work out, order. Get up, move. Now, when you want to skip the gym because you're boozy, order go anyway. When you're halfway through a workout and thinking about stopping, order. Finish the mission. You need that blunt honesty with yourself. You need that confrontation. You need that internal voice that doesn't sugarcoat a damn thing. Because every excuse you use today builds the quitter you'll meet tomorrow. And every excuse you crush today builds the warrior you'll become tomorrow. You want to win. Stop lying to yourself. Stop negotiating with weakness. Stop pretending your excuses are anything other than the enemy trying to take your life from you, one comfortable decision at a time. This is the truth. You don't need easier, you need stronger, and you already have what you need to be that person. You just keep choosing not to use it. Not anymore. Not today. Start now. Get disciplined. No excuses. There's a battlefield nobody sees. No gunfire. No alarms. No sirens. Just you fighting you. That's the real war. The quiet one. The one inside your head. The one that decides your entire life long before the world ever gets to see the result. Everybody loves the idea of being strong. Everybody wants the transformation, the muscle, the discipline, the unstoppable mindset. But almost nobody wants to face the internal enemy standing between who they are and who they claim they want to be. That enemy. It's not the gym. It's not time. It's not lack of motivation. It's the weaker version of you. The one that whispers, take it easy. You've done enough. Why push so hard? That voice is your oldest opponent. It knows every weakness, every insecurity, every fear. It attacks when you're tired. It attacks when you're stressed. It attacks when you're alone. And the reason you keep losing isn't because you're not capable. It's because you treat that voice with respect. You listen to it. You reason with it. You negotiate with it. Stop. You don't negotiate with the part of yourself that wants to destroy you. You dominate it. You overrule it. You out-discipline it. And here's the part most people never understand. Strength doesn't appear out of nowhere. Confidence doesn't just show up. Discipline isn't gifted. All of it is earned in the daily battles no one else witnesses. It's in the moment you're tying your shoes at 5 a.m. and your mind says, go back to bed. But you stand up anyway. It's in the moment you hit rep 10 and your body says, stop, but you grind out rep 11. It's in the moment you feel like quitting and you tell yourself, good, keep going. That's how warriors are made. Small victories. Private victories. The victories nobody claps for. The victories nobody congratulates you on. But those victories, they accumulate. They build armor. They stack into strength. They turn into a version of you that doesn't fold, doesn't run, doesn't quit. Your internal war determines every external outcome. You want a stronger body? Win the internal war. You want more discipline? Win the internal war. You want to finish this year unrecognizable from the person you are right now? Win the internal war. Fight for every rep. Fight for every minute. Fight for every inch. Because if you can't beat the enemy inside, you'll never beat the obstacles outside. Start now. Lock in. No excuses. Pressure. Most people run from it. Avoid it. Hide from it. They think pressure is a sign something's wrong. No. Pressure is a sign you're exactly where you need to be. Every great transformation, physical, mental, spiritual, is born under pressure. Heat and force turn iron into steel. Tension and resistance build muscle. Stress and struggle build character. So when you feel the weight of the world on your back, when you feel life closing in, when you feel the grind squeezing everything out of you, understand this truth. Pressure isn't breaking you. It's shaping you. You're not supposed to feel comfortable while leveling up. You're not supposed to feel relaxed while evolving. Growth hurts. Change hurts. Discipline hurts. And the pain, that's proof you're in the right fight. Proof you're not standing still. Proof you're becoming someone stronger. But here's the hard part most people never talk about. Pressure doesn't just reveal your strength, it also reveals your excuses, your weaknesses, your bad habits, your lack of preparation. That's why so many fold under pressure. Because the moment things get heavy, all the untrained parts of them come to the surface. But that's not a reason to quit. That's a reason to double down, a reason to attack, a reason to get better. Pressure is feedback. Pressure says, this is where you need work. This is where you're soft. This is where you're slipping. Listen to that message, then do something about it. If your lungs burn in the gym, good. Build capacity. If your legs give out, good. Build strength. If your mindset is cracking under stress, good. Build discipline. Stop running from the thing designed to make you powerful. Stop hiding from the moments that forge you. Stop pretending you need comfort when what you really need is resilience. You want to get stronger, then step into the pressure. Lean into it, own it, command it, because pressure creates two types of people: those who crumble, those who crush. And I'll tell you right now, the second group isn't bigger, but every person in it made the same decision they refused to break. When life pressed down on them, they pushed back harder. When the weight got heavy, they lifted anyway. When their mind screamed, stop, they answered, good. More pressure. That is how you build real power. The kind that can't be taken from you, the kind that can't be shaken, the kind that doesn't disappear the moment life gets difficult. So, if you're feeling it right now, the stress, the strain, the struggle, don't run. Don't fold. Don't tap out. Stand tall. Breathe deep. Push through. Pressure is molding you. Let it. Use it. Become unstoppable because of it. Start now. Keep going. No excuses. Everyone talks about discipline. Everyone loves to say they're disciplined. But discipline isn't something you post. It's not something you show off. It's not something you announce. Real discipline is invisible. It lives in the moments no one sees, and that's why almost no one has it. You know what real discipline looks like? It's you waking up before the alarm and getting out of bed when every cell in your body says 5 more minutes. It's you preparing your meals when everyone else is ordering takeout because it's easier. It's you choosing the hard rep, the heavy set, the longer run, not because you want to, but because you said you would. Real discipline is boring, repetitive, unsexy. It's not fireworks. It's not inspiration. It's not a motivational high. It's the grind. It's the repetition. It's the promise you made to yourself that you refuse to break, no matter how tired, stressed, busy, or overwhelmed you are. And let me be blunt with you, if you only show up when it feels good, if you only grind when you're motivated, if you only push when people are watching, you're not disciplined. You're convenient. Discipline is when you show up, especially when you don't want to, when everything in your environment pulls you in the wrong direction and you choose the right one anyway. That choice, that little quiet, private choice is what creates greatness. Here's what you need to understand: your future self is watching everything you do right now. Not your followers, not your friends, not your family. You. You're the one who has to live with the consequences. You're the one who has to sleep with the choices you make. You're the one who has to carry the weight of your own discipline or your own excuses. Every rep you skip, your future self pays for. Every workout you dodge, your future self weakens. Every time you say, not today, you're handing tomorrow's version of you a heavier burden to carry. But every time you show up, every time you push, every time you keep your word, you're sharpening the blade. You're building a mind that bends, but doesn't break. You're forging a body that can take the hits and keep going. And here's the kicker: the results don't come from the loud days. They come from the silent days, the lonely days, the days where it's you against your own laziness, your own softness, your own excuses, and you will whine. That's discipline. That's strength. That's transformation. So stop waiting for someone to clap for you. Stop waiting for motivation to magically appear. Stop waiting for the perfect moment. The perfect moment is the one you're in. The only thing you need is the decision to move. Start now. Do the work no one sees. Become the person no one believes you can be. No excuses. There's a moment, and you know exactly what I'm talking about, where your body is done, your mind is fried, your spirit is shaking, and quitting feels like the smart thing to do, the reasonable choice, the safe option. That moment is the crossroads, the fork in the road, the place where two versions of you stand face to face. One version quits, the other becomes unstoppable. And here's the truth: your destiny is decided right there. Not on the good days, not when everything is smooth, not when you're full of energy and motivation. No, your life is built in the days where you feel like absolute hell, but you show up anyway. Let's strip this down. Let's make it brutally simple. If you quit when it hurts, you'll always be controlled by pain. But if you push THROGH, the pain, past the doubt, past the fatigue, past the fear, you become something most people will never touch: a human weapon. Focused, dangerous, untouchable. When you feel like quitting, your mind is lying to you. It's protecting the weaker version of you, the softer version, the one that loves comfort more than victory. That version of you wants to survive, but the stronger you, the disciplined, relentless battle tested you, that version wants to dominate, wants to evolve, wants to wow iron. So when that internal voice says, stop, you answer, not today. When your legs burn, today. When your lungs scream, not today. When the doubt creeps in whispering that you're not enough, not today. This is how winners are built. Not by talent, not by luck, but by refusing to quit in the exact moment everyone else does. And let me challenge you directly. Do you really want to be like everyone else? Do you want to blend in, fade out, play it safe? Or do you want to be the one who pushed through when it hurt? The one who kept going when everyone else folded? The one who didn't just survive pressure, but used it as fuel? Remember this: the pain you're feeling is not a threat. It's a message. It's telling you, this is where you become who you're meant to be. So push. Harder than you think you can. Harder than you want to. Harder than the fear inside you. Because once you cross that line, once you push past what you thought was the limit, everything in your life changes. You stop being someone who tries. You become someone who finishes. Someone who doesn't quit. Someone who doesn't fold. Someone who refuses to break. Start now. Push harder.